Have you ever noticed how our tiny toxic habits can add up to big trouble over time, especially around how you celebrate or how you unwind at the end of the day? Like how you reward yourself. When you reward yourself, were you taught to like give yourself a cookie or something sweet, or yay, toast and have some alcohol to celebrate, right? Or light up? We need to talk about this. Sensei Victoria Whitfield. Sensei means teacher in Japanese. I'm a Reiki master teacher, or sensei, in that Japanese tradition of holistic healing and energy therapy. I'm also a spiritual and strategic business coach, high performance coach. It's my joy to help heartfelt, spiritual, and driven self-employed professionals move through the stress that's stopping you from taking things to the next level, that's kind of clogging up your energy. We do energy clearing here on this channel and in my office here in New Jersey, beautiful Sleepy Hollow section of New Jersey. So if this is the fourth of 4 episodes where I'm going over Chapter 3 of Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Did you know that his book, his famous book, Think and Grow Rich, had a sequel called Outwitting the Devil, The Secrets to Freedom and Success, published more than 7 years posthumously, because his wife was like, I don't feel comfortable being associated with such a controversial topic. But this book is especially about, after Think and Grow Rich, after you read through, you're like, okay, now I have all of the secrets to, like, I know how to change my life. I know how to think differently. I know how to grow riches, and I'm not doing it. This book is for you if you procrastinate, if you suffer from imposter syndrome, or you're stuck spinning your wheels, or may have some self-sabotage or self-doubt tendencies, bit of insecurity. He wrote this for us to help lift us up to move through that resistance that we pose on ourselves, of that inner angel versus the inner devil on our shoulders. Right? Which one are you going to listen to, the angel or the devil? This is a book where he interviews the devil on his shoulder and just really wrestles him to the ground and gets all of his secrets for all of his tricks to like try and manipulate you and stop you from moving forward. This book is amazing. I work with my clients on getting them out of their own way. This is a book about that. That's why I highly recommend it. And that is why we're doing a book study, right? So with that, we need to look at those tiny toxic habits around celebration and unwinding that can sabotage our progress. So be kind to yourself. I'm right there with you. I've been on many years journey learning about my body and how to naturally embrace my own health, mentally and physically. And so, story time for me in particular. When I grew up like I was raised to be rewarded with food. Food is a reward, especially cakes, cookies, ice cream, and chocolate. Chocolate, yes. Right, that is love. Food is love. Sweets, like sweet food is love and sweetness. Reward and pleasure is celebration, a job well done. Ice cream cake for the birthday, yeah? Or cookies at Christmas time together with the family, yeah? Right? Or big bags of chocolates, right? Making sure you get the big candy bars for Halloween together with your friends. My relationship with food, and especially sweets, has been food is love. Food is reward. food is the best, right? And my family are amazing foodies. All the men in my family cook. They are amazing, and that is the main way that they express their love. My father, the sign that he loves you, especially him being from the South, as a beautiful African-American man from the South, he was raised, you cook everything for breakfast. You make like basically a Thanksgiving dinner, right? You got like chicken fried steak, you have collard greens, you have macaroni and cheese, you have spaghetti and meatballs, you have corned beef hash, you have cornbread, you have all these grits and everything for breakfast if you want to like love on someone. And that was how he conveys his love. Oh my God. So like there's nothing more amazing than soul food. And the type of food that you put in your body can affect the type of body that you get when you come out of that. And so if you're someone who, whenever you get a reward or you want to end your day well, you have something like a sweet treat to eat because it's nice for you. Hey, you, I'm there with you. And there's also people who I know and love who, to unwind at the end of the day, to bond with loved ones or to signal to someone that they're interested, it's alcohol, right? Have a drink, right? Let's go for drinks. A way to connect with colleagues. Quite a few of my clients are dealing with this, and I've had to deal with this over the years, over 15 years now in business, of networking and wine. Oh, women and wine apparently go together, right? So, or cocktails and conversation, or a cocktail hour. That's like, you know, if you have a glass in hand, suddenly you're included. Or people will judge you. I've also had people at my retreats. I remember one woman from New York City, she would say, yeah, no, one of the signs that I could sell big and hang with the big boys is that I could drink like a fish, right? People watch to see, oh, can you really drink with us? And that's how I would score my larger accounts. What that did to her health has apparently nothing to do with what that did for her bottom line and for her bank account. Whoa. Okay. So we've got food as a reward, especially sweets or things that really shouldn't be putting in our body, and any that's not even considered food. It's like food adjacent material. Or, I was having lunch with some of my family members, and they got a drink, and one of the ingredients was food essence. It was something like that. It was like, that's not even an ingredient. I don't understand. So there was that. Okay, food. Okay, alcohol. How about rewards and unwinding with lighting up or lighting up? What does that look like for you? As a former smoker, I know that for me, the way that I would self-medicate just to get through the day, this is back when I used to work for people other than myself, I would smoke clove cigarettes. And the great thing about the nicotine is that one inhalation and it would just absolutely toilet flush all of my emotions. I didn't know there was such a thing called ashwagandha or doing breath work or anything else that could, in an alternative way, release me from that anxiety and overwhelm working in a toxic work environment. But okay, how I would cope back then was smoking cigarettes. And now we have, of the younger generation now, it's the weed and the vaping. Well, vaping for the younger people, weed for everybody. To be like, yeah, let's unwind. Oh, it's been such a hard time. It's been rough. We're going to go on vacation. We're going to get high, right? Or, I have so much anxiety about my schoolwork. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, or I just want to feel good. Light up with the vape, right? Or the Zyn, or whatever we're doing. These foods, sweet foods, these alcohols And these smokes, like the things that we're taking into our body, these are tiny, oh, it's just a little puff here and there. Oh, it's just like just a couple shots. Oh, you know, just a piece of cake, just a piece, you know, just a cookie here or there, or some ice cream. Like it's all just a little bit, or I'm just going to take a sample, right? Oh, and I don't do it every day. Or, oh, I didn't do it more than once today. Or, you know, it's not as bad as it used to be, right? Or, oh, you know, with this weed is organic. It's okay, right? Tiny toxic habits add up over time to big trouble later. I repeat, those seemingly harmless, tiny toxic habits add up. They have a cumulative effect. I don't know who needs to hear this, right? And so by the grace of God and self-control and decisions, conscious decisions, right? I'm years sober of alcohol and smoking. But let me tell you, to this day, I'm fighting off candy bars and ice cream scoops. Everyone has their vice, right? Everyone has their training partner. I'm okay. Right? Be kind to yourself. No one's perfect. And at the same time, I don't know why, but, or who needs to hear this, but my spirit guides are saying, you need to hear now more than ever those tiny toxic habits for pleasure, celebration, unwinding. They are cumulative. They add up to big trouble over time. Let your kids know as they're vaping, that is destroying their arteries, their lungs, their heart. It has, like, it's also messing with their nerves and their nervous system. Okay. Like, keep vigilant as you keep smoking that weed over time. Mary Jane is good to you in the moment, but when you stop, just like a coffee withdrawal, right? Coffee isn't a drug the same way that now weed isn't a drug, but when you don't have it, you have those same cravings. The same way that, oh, cake and ice cream isn't a drug, but when you don't have it, you have those cravings. Who would you be without those cravings? Do you even know what it would be like to live without dependence on a substance of a sweet, a substance of the alcohol, right? Craving that wine. Can't talk, can't function, can't connect without the glass, right? Are you anything without it? Do you even remember? I will. So maybe this isn't you. Maybe this is for who you sent this video to on the slide, right? But do you remember what they were like, this person that you loved, before they kept getting so drunk? Before they always had to get bombed? Do you remember what this person was like before they had to get high? They had to on a regular basis. Do you remember what they were like before they were binging? You love them now, and you remember. You love you now. Yes, you must. And don't you remember the time before? You were not born with a glass of wine in your hand. You were not born with an ice cream cake in your mouth. You were not born sucking on a cigar or some cigarettes or a vape or even weed or anything. You weren't born like that. Do you remember? Do you remember when you were free range, organic, non-GMO human? Do you remember? These tiny toxic habits, they add up to big trouble over time. I'm here to remind you about that. And today in particular, kyodakeba, you need to pay attention to the tiny toxic ways that you celebrate or unwind. So why am I doing this? Why? I'll put it on me. Why at the end of the day was it, in the past, I had to always end it with a chocolate frosty. My special, well, that was so nice. Never mind the bloating, the pain in my joints, never mind the indigestion, never mind the weight gain and the acne, never mind all the why was I doing. When I finally asked myself that, it was like, oh, okay, so that I could focus on the feeling of being full and the taste, sensations, the textures in my mouth, instead of the stress that I was under in my life, from my professional life, especially, as well as from my relationship at the time. I was like, give me something else that just completely buries me in bloat so that I can detach from all of the things that are not going well. With love, I give that part of that inner dark side from my shadow to you as a dark gift. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why does it have to be cocktails and conversation? Why is it not a vacation unless I'm high? Why? Just ask. Those tiny toxic habits, though, they build up to big trouble over time. And now we're going to go to Outwitting the Devil to see another perspective on this. So Napoleon Hill, again, he's interviewing, instead of the angel, the devil on his shoulder, like that inner saboteur. He's having a two-way conversation with him. So here goes Napoleon asking, you say you have corrupted the minds of young people with liquor and cigarettes. I can understand how liquor might destroy the power of independent thought, but I do not see what cigarettes have to do with helping your cause. And so he responds, you may not know it, but cigarettes, and I'm now going to change this to vaping and weed. So he's going to say cigarettes and I'm going to say vaping and weed. You may not know it, but vaping and weed breaks down the power of persistence. They destroy the power of endurance. They destroy the ability to concentrate. They deaden and undermine the imaginative faculty and help in other ways to keep people from using their minds most effectively. Do you know I have millions of people, young and old, both sexes, who smoke 2 packages of cigarettes a day, who smoke two blunts per day, right? Or blowing through, I can't even imagine, two vapes per day. That means I have millions of people who are gradually destroying their power of resistance. One day I shall add to their habit of cigarette smoking, weed, and vape smoking other thought-destroying habits, until I shall have gained control of their minds. Habits come in pairs, triplets, and quadruplets. Any habit which weakens one's willpower invites a flock of its relatives to move in and take possession of the mind. The cigarette, weed, and vape habit not only lowers the power of resistance and discourages persistence, but it invites looseness in other human relationships. Napoleon responds, which do you consider your greater tool for gaining control of human minds, cigarettes or liquor? He responds, without hesitation, I would say cigarettes, weed, and vaping. Once I get a young person to join my 2-package-a-day club, I have no trouble in introducing that person to take on the habit of liquor, overindulgence in sex, and all other related habits that destroy independence of thought and action. Now, shout out to the annotator and publisher of this book, Shannon Lecter, because she puts a note, and I researched it, and this was crazy. So Shannon says, remember, this book, this was written in 1938, long before the addictive nature of tobacco was even discovered. Here, as elsewhere, Napoleon Hill is far ahead of his time in some of his medical and sociological opinions. Do you understand that? I researched this. In 1971 was the very first study of the addictive nature of tobacco. And then it wasn't until 1988 that like the addictive nature of tobacco, its harm to health, was even told to the public at all. This book is 50 years, I did the math, 50 years ahead of time, talking about smoking is worse than drinking. And I'm not saying that drinking is like less evil or something like that. But to those of you who are smokers, you're like, well, at least I don't drink. Or if you're vaping, well, at least I don't smoke, or at least I don't drink. Or if you're smoking weed, you're like, oh, well, at least I don't drink anymore. I remember watching an interview with Steve-O. Do you know who Steve-O is from Jack? Awesome guy. He's sober now. Shock, right? Oh my gosh. And Steve-O is, in that interview said, he's like, yeah, I can't have weed. Like, I think he was actually, yeah, it was on Joe Rogan. And he tells Joe Rogan, he's like, yeah, man, I can't, because my weed bone's connected to my booze bone, which is connected to my coke bone, my heroin bone. Like, that's the way that Steve-O conveyed it. It stacks up over time, or as the devil on Napoleon Hill's shoulder said, toxic habits come in groups, right? Pairs, triplets, or quadruplets. So be kind to yourself. That little, I'll just reward myself this one time with this thing that you know, after you do it, it's going to mess you up. You're going to have the hangover. You're going to have the cough. You're going to have the drips, right? To all of my people who ski, okay? You're like, oh, I'll just do a little bit to celebrate, or oh, I'll just do a little bit. I'll just have a couple potato chips at the end of the day. I just want to unwind. Meanwhile, you are a finisher. You will finish the bag. You will. So don't act like you won't. And don't be surprised and cry about it when you're sitting with the empty popcorn bag that was meant for a family and is somehow in your body. I love you. I'm saying this because I care about you, and I'm compelled by my spirit guides to tell you that those tiny toxic habits are building cumulatively up to big trouble later. Health issues, confusion, can't follow up with your leads because you're so hungry, missing the opportunities, coming off too strong or going overboard, accidents and getting hurt, right? Sometimes people will even lose their life because of impairment, right? Be kind to yourself, clean it. It's time to clean. I will. My spirit guides are telling me pull the tarot card of the day, which is King of Earth. King of Earth. Can we see? Yeah, King of Earth. Right side up, which means you already know this. You just need to be reminded. And my spirit guides are saying this card is describing you. You are generous. You are professional. You are responsible, and you are practical. It is a successful time. You can confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You have the Midas touch. I'll keep reading. This is a successful time. Your current projects will go well. You may be promoted or offered a higher salary. Your talents and skills will bring rewards for you or others. Accept the opportunities offered you and have confidence that you will succeed. You are someone with outstanding business skills who is good with money, and you can provide excellent advice. You are a person who has been successful in a career and now enjoys the finer things in life, right? The king. You are the king of Earth, right? So Earth can be money or time, money, energy, relationships, and space. You're the king. You are professional, generous, responsible, practical, and competent. Additional meanings, you have the Midas touch. You're the captain of your industry. You are an employer, or you're attracting them. You have financial security. So here's the thing. Is there any more there? No, right? Don't blow it. It's good to be the king. Remember that movie? What movie was that from? It's good to be the king. Well, okay, how good is it? Or are you like the kings of old where you get gout because you've been living lavishly and eating like a crazy person, drinking like you're not paying attention, and lighting up like there's no tomorrow? With love, is it going to be good to be the king? Are you celebrating in a way that's in alignment with you continuing to ascend? Or are you continuing to allow those tiny toxic habits to creep in when you are celebrating or unwinding? Be vigilant about that. Kyo dakeva, just for today, right? As we say in Reiki. Be vigilant about the tiny toxic habits. Just a little bit. I did a good job. Like, or no, we're on vacation. Come on. It's up to you. It's up to you. With that, how we've talked about it, right? How do we be about it? How do we embody the shift away from toxic celebration, toxic unwinding? How do we get into that? Well, with a strategic meditation, of course, right? So for those of you who've printed out your meditation tracker, we're on number 4 for all my members who are following along. And again, if you go to bevisionarymovement.com, you can do your 7-day free trial so that you're able to do this for free right now if you sign up there. And if you like it, stay with us as a member of our growing community. Mwah. Thank you for checking that out. So the strategic meditation of the day, you're going to type in the search bar at the top of our platform, is Radical Gratitude, Well of Well-Being. Again, we're going to search Radical Gratitude, Well of Well-Being. And that's a 20-minute strategic meditation. So rather than taking in a substance to celebrate, bring in this active, deep gratitude and well of well-being. Soak in all of the good. Receive it in your soul. Receive it in your heart, your mind, your body, your spirit. Receive and take in the good, every single drop of it. And I'm telling you, when you engage being grateful and soaking deeply in the way that this strategic meditation shows you how to, step by step, you're not going to want to engage in the other toxic tiny habits that are going to mess with you, because you will have satisfied your soul. When we're addicted to things, I strongly believe that is a hole in your soul that you're trying to fill with anything, with sex, with buying stuff, with problem solving, right? Addicted to work, with alcohol, with substances, with whatever things that are self-sabotaging, all of these self-sabotaging behaviors, negative self-talk. It's a hole in your soul that you're trying to fill with that thing and distract you from the hole in your soul by focusing on that thing, whatever it is. And right there with you, the only reason why I could talk about this is because, again, I'm battling. Like I said before, I'm fighting off chocolate bars left and right. Let's go. So be kind to yourself. You gotta fight soul with soul. Do the strategic meditation of the day. Soak in the well of well-being on a spiritual level. Feel deep, profound cosmic gratitude and naturally heal and release that hole in your soul. Don't just keep trying to stuff it with things that on a short term may feel great and cause all of the things to fire in your brain, but in the long term, just maintain the emptiness. I'm sending you so much love. Mwah. If you've made it to the end of this video, and if you're not joining us on our platform, make sure that you text the word compass to 66866. Just open up your messaging app and type 66866, and then you'll text the word compass there so that you can get my free worksheet called the Claim Your Inner Compass worksheet. And that's going to really help you do the exercises on the worksheet. It's going to help you see what one of those 4 quadrants is really stopping you from trusting your gut and really claiming that inner compass, that inner power that you have of your intuition. And I would love to hear your results. You can even type in the comments below what came up for you going through the worksheet if you've done it. And again, if you've come to the end of this video, I just want to say thank you. I hope this served. If so, comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are about the topic of the day, right? These tiny toxic things that we do to celebrate and unwind. Like and hit share, by the way. There are more people out there that need to hear this, and that would really help me and be a blessing to those who get to encounter this message if you would share it on your platform. And subscribe, hit the bell here on YouTube so you get the notifications first every time we have a new episode. Mwah! Sending you so much love and support. I'm here to be your journey partner. I'm not here to judge or shame. I want to be a presence of love, encouragement, and healing for you in your life. Mwah. You do not have to lose your glow as you grow in life and business. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.